Hey everyone, happy KenKen Sunday, July 20th. I don't know how we are past the midpoint in July already, but I hope everyone is having an okay summer. This -6 has to be 1-7. This 12, it's not 6-6, so it's 5-7. Let's see, how intimidating does this puzzle look? That. Oh, this'll, an L-shaped 10, an L-shaped 17, an L-shaped 8. Oh, but I'm already. Remember the tip that we've been talking about the last few weeks? Every row and column has to add up to 28, which is somewhat helpful. But if you bundle two of them together, like notice how these first two columns are completely enclosed. They obviously have to add up to 28 plus 28, 56. And we know this adds up to 10, and this is a 2, and this adds up to 17, and this adds up to 8. So I bet there's, I'm not going to do it yet, but I bet I'm going to head in that direction at some point. Anyway, oh, here's a 2. What is this? 7 times 6 times 1, or 7 times 3 times 2, but the 2's gone, so it's just 167. Hold on. Well, I'll write it in. 167. There's a 7 here, so it's just 1 and 6. 167. But here, I paused because I was about to look at this. What are the options for 84? That's 7 times 12. So it's 7 times 6 times 2, or 7 times 4 times 3. Either way, there's a 7 in here, which means that's not a 7. So here, the 7's not here because of this. The 7's not here because of this. That's our 7, and this is just 1, 6. What is this? 5 times... Oh, my brain just fell over. 5 goes on 1 time, 4, 18. 5 times 18. 5 times 6 times 3. And I don't think I can break that up any other way. 5, 6, 3. There's a 6 here, so I can't put the 6 here. So this is our 6. And we got 3 and 5, I guess. Is that right? 6 times 5 is 30, times 3 is 90. Great. So in this column, we got our 1, 2, 3. We're missing a 4. It's got to go there. Oh. Well, this could be a 2 or a 6, but it can't be a 6. So it's a 2. All right. How's this column doing? We got a 1, 2. We're missing a 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, 5, 1. So these two, sorry, in this column, the only cells left, the only numbers left are 3, 4, and 5. So these two in the 10 are going to be either 3, 4, 3, 5, or 4, 5. If it's 3, 4, that's a 3, that works. If it's 3, 5, that's a 2, and that doesn't work. So this can't be 3, 5. And if it's 4, 5, that's a 1, that works. What does that mean? So these two cells, 3, 4, 3 works. Let me slide down. For the 10, 3, 4, 3 works. 3, 5, 2 doesn't work. 4, 5, 1 works. Three, 4 works and 4, 5 works. Okay. Well, we know there's a 4 here no matter what. It's either 3, 4 or 4, 5. And if this is a 3, that's a 5. And if this is a 5, that's a 3. And this can only be the 3 in a 3, 4, 3, or the 1 in 4, 5, 1, 5, 4, 1, I guess it would be. I don't know, I'll write it in. That can only be a 1 or a 3. Maybe that'll help later. Do we have anything here? This 84. Is, what did I say? 7 times 12? 84 is 762 or 743. Might want some scratch paper for this one. If it's 762, if this is 762, this becomes a 1. Still all kinds of things work here. 762, this becomes a 1. 3, 4, and 5 are all fair game. There's a lot of options for that one. If it's 743, the 3, 4, 3 breaks. 5, 4, 1 still works. This would be a 5, 7, 4, 3, 5. I guess this becomes a 6, and that becomes 1, 2. Huh. Now, it gets really interesting. If I could figure out what these two are, I could probably figure out the rest here. Okay, wait, here, see, like, I'm still thinking about that thing where everything adds up to 28. These two add up to 56. We know this adds up to 12, plus 17 is 29, plus 8 is 37. So I've got 37. Is that right? 37 accounted for of 56. I want to figure out what this is, and I want to figure out what this is. And here, this divided by 2, right? It can only be 1, 2, no, 2, 4, maybe, or 3, 6, no. So this is definitely 2, 4. And then, what's missing in this row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a 7 somewhere. So the 7 has to go in here, which means it has to be 5, 7 in some order. So that takes up, and if you add, well, let me finish. The 5 here makes this a 3, makes that a 5. But now, we know this plus this adds up to 56. Where should I write this down so we can track it? This column plus this column has to equal 56. And we know what everything adds up to except this. 10 plus 2 is 12, plus 17 is 29, plus 8 is 37, plus 12 is 49. We have 49 of the 56 accounted for. So I need 7, so these two cells have to add up to 7. Well, 6, 1 is out because of this. 5, 2, I guess I can make work. 3, 4, oh my. This can only be 3, 4 or 2, 5. I feel like I need to, let me. This has to add up to 7. The only options. Oh, well, wow. I should have come with that. Here, let's do it a different way. So I'll explain what is broke in my head. 6, 1 adds up to 7. Great. But 1, I can't do it. And 2, 6 and 1 is not a negative, is not a -1. So that's out. 5, 2 adds up to 7, but that is also not a -1. But 3, 4 adds up to 7 and is a -1. That's our only choice. That's the only -1 that adds up to 7. So this is 3, 4. So if this is 3, 4, this 84 is not 7, 4, 3 anymore. It's 2, 6, 7. 2, 6, 2, 6, 2, 6. Which means that's not a 6. That's a 1. That's a 6. And then what's missing? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 is all locked in. The only thing missing is a 5. So this 10 is not 3, 4, 3 anymore. It's 5, 4, 1. Wow. And then what's missing in this row? 1, 2, we're missing a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 3, makes that a 4, makes that a 3. Man, this adds up to 28. Bundling rows and columns together trick, I think may have changed my life. Not to be too dramatic or anything. All right, what else can we do here? This column, we got everything except a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 3. This can only be a 2 or a 4. Note, this is also a 2 or a 4. Hang on to that for later. I thought we'd have more. I thought this was some major breakthrough, but I feel like there's a lot of math to do, like the combos of 17, the combos of 8. What's this? 6 times 12? Is that 6 times 12? Yeah. So this is 6, 4, 3 or 6, 6, 2. Is that right? Are there any other combos for that? Let's see, we can see the 72 equals, yeah, 6 times 12. So 6, 4, 3, 6, 6, 2. I think that's it. But 6, 6, 2 breaks. So this is 6, 4, 3. And that doesn't do anything for us. All right. 3, 4, 6, 3, 4, 6, 3, 4, 6. How do usually 5s are tough to place. But these are going to give us every option for a 5. I can put 5s here, I can put 5s here, I can put 5s here. That's going to... Got 5s there that cover these. Ugh. Oh, here's one. Where's the 5 go in this column? No, no, no. Maybe. No. No. So this is where our 5 lives. But we don't know if it's 3-5 or 5-7 yet. Well, that's once again less than helpful. Wonder how many ways are there to make an 8 if you can't use 3s? There's a set of words few people have said out loud ever. Hopefully you can see that. 8. Well, I can't put any 7s in here. Okay, so quick note. I can't put any... These columns, I have to have 2 7s in them. One in this column, one in this column. One of them is going to go in here. So where does the other 7 go? Can I put it in here? No, because 3 plus 7 is 10 already, and I need to put another one in here, so it's not in here. Can't put a 7 in here because that gives us... I have to get to 8. I need 2 more numbers, so I can't do 7 plus 1 plus 1. It doesn't work. So the 7 has to go in here. 5, 5, 7, 6, 4, 7. 7, 7, 3 is out. Can't use any 3s. Okay, that did not help. But there's a 7 in here. We know that. We just don't know where or what it goes with. Let's go back to that 8. So I can't put any 7s in here. So let's start with the 6s. It'd be 6, 1, 1 is the only way to make that work. 6, 1, 1, but I need a 1 here. So it's not 6, 1, 1. So there's no 6s in here either. So can we start with the 5s? 5, 2, 1. That's it. 4. I need 4 more. 4, 3, 1. But that's out because no 3s. So 4, 2, 2. It would go 2, 2, 4. That's also out because it would have to go 2, 2, 4. And there's a 2 here. So that's out. So 4, 3, 1 is out. 4, 2, 2 is out. Can't start with the 3s because the 3s are gone. What if we start with the 2s? I need 6 more. 2, 5, 1, I kind of already have. 2, 4, 2, we already eliminated. It would go 2, 4, 2. 2, 3, 3 is out. That's it. So can't start with the 2. It's just the... Is it just this one? 1, 2, 5. Like if I start with the 1s, it'd be 1, 2, 5. And then 1, 3, 4. Can't do any 3s. All right, so this is the only... 1, 2, 5 is the only way to make 8. 1, 2, 5 is the only way to make 8. So a 5 goes in here, there's a 5 here. So this is our 5. And then 1 and 2, there's a 2 here. So it goes like that. 5 makes that a 7, makes that a 5. This 1 makes this a 7, makes that a 1. Here, I'm sure there's more to do in here, hang on. 1, 2, no. 2, 4, no. 3, 6. So this is 3, 6. And that means this is not a 3 or a 6. Makes that a 4. This 5 means this is not our 5 anymore. That's our 5. And this is still either a 3 or a 7. And then what are we missing in this row? 1, 2, 3. Where's our 4? 5, 6, 7. The only place to put a 4 is here. And then oh, that was silly. If this is 3, 6, the 3 can't go here. So that's our 7. Sorry, I should have seen that. This is 3, 6. This 7 means that's not a 7. And then here, if I have 17 minus 4 is 13. How do I make 13? That's a 6 and a 7. So this is 6, 7. There's a 7 here. So we can fill it in. And then what are we missing here? A 1. What are we missing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's good because that adds up to 10. Okay, are we done yet? How are we not done yet? We've been working very hard for 20 minutes. What do we have? What am I not seeing yet? All right, I don't know. What's missing in this row? A 1 and a 3. So these two cells are either 1 or 3. Could I put the 1 here? Yes, that could be a 5. Could I put the 3 here? That would be a 7, and that breaks. So this can't be a 3. It's a 1. This is our 3 for this row. That makes this a 5. 3 minus 2, minus 1 is 2. Oh, it could be a 2 or a 4, but there's a 4 here, so it's a 2. And that makes this a 4. This 4 makes this a 2, makes this a 4. This 2 makes this a 6. That's not a 6, not a 6. This 6 makes that a 3, makes that a 6. This 6 makes this the 3, makes that a 6. And then this 5 makes this a 7, makes that a 5. This 7 makes that a 2, makes that a 7. And we're done, because that's 7 times 2 times 6 is 84. All right. Fun puzzle. Wasn't too bad. I can't believe I got to use that trick again for the first 2 columns. What else cracked it open for me? I don't know. Process of elimination on these. Figuring out that there was actually only 1 combo left for the 8. Kind of gave us the rest of the puzzle. Anyway, have a great weekend.